Hello everyone, my name is Greg Northey. I'm the Director of Industry Relations with Pulse Canada. Today at the Farmers Forum, I was here discussing the recommendations of the Ag CTA Review Coalition. The coalition came together in 2014 to come up with a series of recommendations for the CTA Review. My presentation really focused on introducing the recommendations, but really also looking forward. So the coalition identified the main problem that we have, and it's not a new problem, is the railway market power and how you actually address that within the CTA, within the Canadian Transportation Act. For the past few months, the work has really been focused on ensuring that recommendations to address railway market power and how it manifests itself in the kind of service, the poor service that the grain industry receives. Making sure that the recommendations that we've identified will appear in the CTA Review report that we're getting in December 2015. Looking forward, and it's something for people to keep in mind as we move into a busy political season and beyond, is that once we have those recommendations for the CTA Review, it's really important that the government, whatever government we have that's in place, takes those recommendations and implements them and really addresses these problems. For the past few years, we've had several pieces of legislation for transportation, C30, Bill C30, Bill C52, that have tried to address some of the problems with railway market power, but they just haven't gone far enough. So from here until the end of the year and then beyond, for producers and the rest of the ag industry, the key really is to make sure that the government we have in place really brings in legislation that finally addresses these issues that we see with service in the grain transportation industry. I think it's important that this is a very cyclical issue sometimes with transportation. When we have bad years, it's a real problem, and then when it's not as big an issue, it can fall off the radar. But whenever we have a problem, the issue will always arise. So I think it's an important issue to always keep top of mind, and that we have these underlying problems with the system that we have, with the railway market power and the monopoly situation. So we need strong legislation to always keep that in mind, and that we can't just let the issue of transportation fall off the radar. And if there's a few key things that we can focus on going forward, with recommendations to have government introduce, would be having a Canadian Transportation, the Department of Transport Canada, to be focused on economic growth and development, making sure that the railways are meeting the needs of users who are really driving economic growth. It's not just about railway efficiency, it's about economic growth, and that means providing service to the grain industry. So that's a really important one. The second one is also being able to measure railway performance, and in the future we want a very transparent system where we can actually identify when the railways aren't performing, and then we can act on it with real quantified data. And it just strengthens our ability to smooth out the balance between railways and shippers.